At magsagwan sa ilog, lawat isdaan, mga ibon sa gubat pagmasdan, mga huni para nagkakantahan. Tara na't sama-sama tayo na sa Nueva Vizcaya. Tara na buong pamilya, tayo na at magsaya. Dito sa kuwebang di ko maiwan, sa loob animoy kaharian. Palapaisong kagandahan, kapiling sa buong paligid ng kabundukan. Tara na't sama-sama tayo na sa Nueva Vizcaya.
Naimbag abigat kada kayo amin. Siak ni Charlotte May M. Kalilit.
Diyos at Daramat.
Imbag na alda.
Maphod at algo ilitauan namin.
Magandang araw! The Philippines is a well-known country for its historical background. History would prove that this country is rich with its customs, cultures, traditions, and some stories of the World War II. And each has a story to tell. Each ethnic tribes, each indigenous tribe has their own pride, own history, own life.
Customs are being conserved, managed, and utilized for exhibit purposes and taken care of museum organizers. Museums are where these historical, cultural, scientific, magnificent, and artistic customs, interest, tangible, and intangible evidences from people are stored, studied, and displayed for the people. Nueva Vizcaya's very own People's Museum and Library, located at the former provincial government office of Nueva Vizcaya, across St. Dominic Church of Bayombong. It is a well-maintained two-story building with historical, cultural, and ethnographic artifacts from the different tribes in the province, mainly the Gadangs, Ifugaos, Ilocanos, Kalanguyas, Isinay, and all other tribes living in the province, thus featuring and showcasing the province's richness of culture, tradition, and heritage. Nueva Vizcaya, a watershed haven with balanced ecosystems, where spiritually, socially, politically, culturally, and economically empowered people living in peaceful, prosperous, and resilient communities and environment.
Having said that the People Museum are rich with culture, tradition, and heritage, in this documentary, we will be focusing on the artifacts available in the said museum after personally witnessing the beauty, the gold, the glimmer, and its richness. To give us more details and facts about these artifacts, let us welcome these beautiful people from different ethnic tribes.
Having said that the People's Museum is a two-story building where the lobby is located on the first floor, the province history and geography, and featuring weavers' fabric, style, looms, and instruments.
Woman Piece is an art, a tangible expression of culture, ideology, belief, and creativity of the brilliant indigenous people. The Glimmer and Light, the story of Nueva Vizcaya, where the author himself is the governor in the early years of the provincial government, Lope K. Santos. The museum exhibition wishes to encapsulate some of the highlights in the living of the people in history, including their history and aspirations of the province of Nueva Vizcaya.
These are among the province's artifacts, may it be old or contemporary, which originally believed that came from the Ilocanos. They are small and decorative objects that is formed in shape and sizes, used for fashion styles, bones and stones, and etc. They are used for creating necklaces, bracelets, and some decorative elements in gowns and attires.
Of course, a story of the world conflict in 1994, with another significant ethnic which focuses on the movement of the Ilocanos into the valley to settle as tobacco growers, augmenting the population in the early 1900s. The Ilocanos were encouraged to move in the Nueva Vizcaya with their culture, language, and maintain their tradition despite changes and assimilations. Today, the most dominant language in the province is Ilocano and serves as one of the mother tongues.
Moreover, traditional attires of the different ethno-linguistic groups in Nueva Vizcaya are of the following: the Iboloy, the Kankanaay, the Gadang, Isinay, Ifugao, and the Bukalots attire.
The Ibaloy women wear the wrap-around skirt called the fit or etten, and the matching blouse is called saday, kambal, and sambra. The designs are the combinations of bangkoro and kambayashu, a combination of black, red, and white stripes. The Gadang men also wear a barangal, a decorated turban, cotton, a short sleeveless upper garment, tapit, a finely woven cape, and the dinega, a beaded loincloth. An Isinay wear an ikat headband with an indigo-dyed and decorated blanket that matched his loincloth, carrying a tangguyab or a carabao horn. The Ifugao men wear the wano or loincloth with the inutu or shell belts with the butong or hip bag with coll rings, the bayaong or the blanket draped around the shoulders. And Ifugao women wear the traditional garb with the tolge or stripped wrap-around skirt, an upper garment, and belt. Finally, Bugkalot women, also known as the Ilongot, are adorned with their colorful and intricate clothing. The women wear beautifully embroidered red kerchief, aged a pull-off shirt, and a wrap-around skirt with top rolled down to form a pouch.
Furthermore, the traditional weaving in the Cordilleras, such as the Isinay-inspired ikat with the Ifugao backstrap loom, demonstrates the ingenuity of the weavers. The loom has a strap placed in the lower back of the women. The tension is created with the weaver.
Siliasi and the Gadangsi stone stove is a metal vat that is used for cooking rice or meals in festive occasions and gatherings in the communities. It sits on a three-solid stone carved with ornate anthropomorphic designs by the Gadang. Also, the ulbong or a woven basket with cover that serves as a rice container, which palay are prepared for pounding and temporarily stored in this wooden container, along with spoons for cooking rice. And also the tuwid or the wooden rice container with anthropomorphic carving of the tago or man. Rice baskets named hakkob is a basket used for rice and fermented meat. Among also these are the ornate utensils such as chopping board from Ifugao with habis ginulgulding and the tinagtago or human figure on the wooden case of the Kalanguyas machete.
Pottery is one of the trend in the province. Eastern spots are used for cooking and storing water in traditional households.
In Kalinga, they have a decorated pot which serves as a rice container. Pot is called dulan in Gadang communities, possibly traded from northern Kalinga. History would also prove that traditional musical instruments in the province are present and recognized, especially in festival and ritual occasions such as the kolitong, a bamboo tube zither, kuldahing, akalan guya guitar, bungkaka, a bamboo buzzer, kalengkeng or tonggali or nose flute. Panggibang, or also known as wooden dance clapper with beater, solibaw, a wooden drum with pigsin, talak, a wooden ensemble, gangsa or gangha, a single handheld smooth surface going with a narrow rim, and of course, gangsa set varies from different ethnic group in the northern Luzon.
The museum contains also artifacts such as the burnay or jars made of terracotta which are being used until today.
Atag refers to the floor mat used inside the balay or house. Duyu, which refers to the wooden bowls used by the Ifugao in ritual occasions. Rakem, a traditional handheld harvest knife used by the early Ilocanos during the rice harvest season. And an Ilocano kupit is used to squeeze grated coconut and used also for drying the palay after the rice harvest. Cultural implement artifacts are also present. The basketry, the Ilongot raincoat, the fishing implements of the Novo Vizcayanos, and the bugkalot adomens treated naturally as embellishment to the body as part of the individual and collective identities.
The shields of protection and warfare made of wood with rattan strips lays across the shield to serve as ornamentation and armament. Among the kind of shields are the Arasag of Bontoc, Kalasag of the Ifugao, and the Kalanguya shield. Weaponry and gayangs or spears are also visible, and priestly vestments like vestment itself, paraments, and silk stoles for a Roman Catholic priest.
The dapilan or the sugar cane mill where the process of cane juices are done. The dapilan can be found in most Cordillera villages such as in Bontoc, Kalinga, and Ilocos province and in Nueva Vizcaya in the north. And there, for the Ilocano life, the Ilocano households use the traditional pareza or iron by mother and grandmothers. It is made of metal iron with charcoal inside, and young children were taught discipline and responsibility through household chores such as the ironing of clothes using the pareza.
Once again, this is the pride of Nueva Vizcaya, the People's Museum and Library, with its rich and preserved ethno-linguistic culture and traditions.
Agyaman kami amin kada kayo.
Diyos mabalat.
Agyaman kami!
Munhana ami. Maraming salamat.